Hello, this is Dyann Bridges. Today I want to talk about how, as men, you can draw a very firm boundary in life, at work, in your relationship, without being really aggressive, because this is important. We've got to develop men in ways where they can be very strong but stay very calm and authoritative, and start to understand that if the more aggressive you get, the more it steals your power, the more it pushes you out of the moment, the more it clouds your thinking and lowers your intelligence, frankly. And I'm sure you've experienced that when you've allowed your anger or fear to get the better of you. We need male strength and male authority now more than ever. So, gentlemen, learn how to draw a very strong boundary without anger, and your word will go a lot farther when it's said with calm authority, calm, unyielding authority. People will notice you. They'll realize that you're not going to be like other men who either cave or get aggressive. And that's impressive. Men and women and how they are equal, but not the same. I think we can all agree on that, for the most part. Now, it's very important that we stay separate and different. I have a bit of a bias against gender neutrality. I don't think it's wise, and I don't think it serves anyone. I'm talking about heterosexual men and women. There are natural differences beyond biology. We have natural tendencies in how we think and our interests and our energy. In general, this has been true since the beginning of time. To try and just disrupt that is interfering with what is, the way life is, and nobody beats life. And women can be just as dynamic and strong as men, but still we don't think the same. Our ways are different, and that's good. We want that. So I just want to put that out there. I don't think enough people are saying things like this. And don't let anyone tell you that men and women are basically the same. We're equal, but not the same. One thing I've noticed about very successful men, well-educated men who have achieved a lot in their certain industry, they've spent decades working hard and achieving a lot and progressing, moving up, being promoted. These are fantastic things, and you've got a lot to feel great about. What I've noticed, though, now that I'm almost 60, is that to move forward into the second half, you really do have to let go of what came before. So, being right about what you do and about your work has garnered you a lot of success. It's now time to consider that maybe there's a lot you don't know about life in general. That's been my experience. Men who are very successful and good at something tend to think they're right about a lot of stuff. It bleeds over into other areas of life, and it's not as true as you may think. So just consider that maybe, just maybe, life is much more grand and unknowable than we can ever imagine. How do you restart and reboot your relationship when one or both of you has either fooled around, or you've had an argument, or you've done something where the other person or both of you can't quite forgive each other, and there's a lot of tension and resentment there? I would say, first of all, remember that relationships are our greatest teachers. You're not going to get someone in your life who can help you understand yourself and life more than the person you're romantically interested in. So that's number one. Even if you're feeling tremendous resentment toward them, this is where the lesson is. You get to decide what to do next, how to do it, and why. So taking stock of yourself and why you're in this relationship, what you did or what they did to create this tension that seems to be at a roadblock, maybe look at the build-up toward it. How and why did it happen? If you can determine how you got to where you're at, you can decide to change it. Take responsibility for your part, but not so much that you don't give the other person their end of it. Sometimes they've done as much as they can. They've given more than you realize. Other times they've taken more than you realize. So acknowledging these things will help you to accept where you are now, forgive yourself and them, and then move forward with as much love and forgiveness in your heart as possible. Sometimes the biggest things are tremendously hurtful. The breakup of a relationship or the death of someone close to us. But then there's small things every day that we need to let go of. And it's that insistence that we're right. It's that insistence that we think we know what is relevant or not. Now, I'm not saying you throw away boundaries. Quite the opposite. Boundaries are the only way to have great communication. So you can have boundaries and deem something as not right for you or irrelevant for you, but it may not be in the grand scheme of things for somebody else or in their life. Although most things are just not worth worrying about or creating fear and tension over. They just aren't. When you understand that and allow yourself to go deeply into the moment, you'll understand what's relevant, what's right for you, and what you can leave behind. And today I want to talk about staying fresh toward life after 50. It gets tougher, I know this. But some of the tricks that I use have a lot to do with being in the moment. And I know we've heard a lot of that over the last several years, but when you really think about it and practice it, that's all we have. And being in the moment doesn't mean that you forget about memories or things that came before, but it's a way of honoring life and being fully who you are right now. Now, when you're over 50, sometimes thoughts and feelings get caught in our subconscious mind. And we've had feelings of dis-ease and anger or sadness many, many times. What being in the present moment does is help to burn all that off, like steam. So the next time that you feel something bubble up and it's starting to make you feel a certain way or think a certain way, just staying present in the moment can help release that. It's not easy because your mind will start to pull you in certain negative directions. Your feelings will start to threaten to take over the thoughts in your mind. And then that's when a downward spiral happens. And over 50, we have to be very careful about preventing that downslide, if you will. And being in the moment does that. So maybe try that next time it happens. It's not easy. But maybe the next time you're feeling a negative emotion or negative thoughts start to come into your mind, they start to take over. Honor the moment, breathe deeply, get focused on something productive, and or become very grateful for what you have in your life, your health and all the wonderful things in your life, that even the smallest things, the fact that you're upright and you can breathe and you've got some good people in your life and a roof over your head and clean water to drink. I hope that helps. Thank you for listening and have a very sensual day.